Welcome to the GameSpot Show. On today's episode, Jake Dekker gives us his impressions on Atomfall, and we look back at how 2025 is shaping up for video games.
Hey there, sir. $1. Here we go. Thank you very much.
And now, your host, Kurt Indavina.
Thank you. Welcome to the GameSpot Show. I'm your host, Kurt Indavina, and this is a special one because it's our first one. That's right. To the people in this room, nothing? No claps? Yeah! Don't worry. I know I'm not a funny individual. All right, we have a really important show today because obviously it's the first one, and to explain what the first episode of the GameSpot show is, this is an all-encompassing show of all the things that are cool with GameSpot. Like all the things that are happening in the industry, which sometimes aren't cool, but there are still cool things, and it's also an opportunity for us to go over reviews and previews and all the other wonderful things that we do here. So today, that means we're gonna have a Jake Dekker to talk about Atomfall. And then, after that, we're going to have a little commemoration for the year so far, year in review. We're going to go over all the games we've reviewed with a couple of people named Lucy James and Tamor Hussein. Tough audience, tough crowd. Now, to get this thing kicking off and slamming and jamming, I do want to start. Is it still going? Is there still booing? Jesus, sorry everybody. I know. I mean, the next thing I'm about to talk about isn't the most exciting stuff, but I just wanted to take a second. Still, the industry goes. We're still having layoffs. Things are happening. And most particularly, we had a few that just happened recently from WB Games, Player First Games, WB San Diego, and one called Monolith Productions. Now, of course, everybody has their own attachment to all these games, and you might know Monolith for games like Shadow of War, Condemned, or Fear, but I, Kurt Indavina, would like to commend one. It's a little game called Blood, and it came out in 1998, and this 8-year-old had a great time with it. That said, here's a minute of Blood. Roll the clip.
I live again.
Video games are good.
Video games are good.
Video games are good, especially games like Blood. Anyways, this is Jake Dekker.
What's up? Hello.
Is Atomfall anything like Blood?
No.
Okay, well that's fine.
Not at all.
All right, but you're here because you went to the great region of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, London. Ever heard of it? Okay, one
One person
clapped, the other one didn't.
One Brit.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm from Western New York. Who cares? All right, but you actually previewed the game. You played
Yes.
it. How long did you play it for?
I played about 90 minutes of Atomfall from pretty much the beginning. I guess the tutorial intro section, the setup, they didn't let us play. I think it was like 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
They dumped us right at the beginning of like the open world stuff. Oh, open world I shouldn't say because it's not like open world. It's segmented semi-open world maps.
Okay. Do you know how many of them?
No, they didn't tell me. They said there were more of them though.
All right,
cool.
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a couple. Well, to kick this off, this is a weird one because it's by, I think it's not weird, but it's interesting because it's done by Rebellion Developments, who you probably most traditionally know them for
Sniper Elite.
Like
They've been
the
cranking
sniper
those games
games.
out for a very long time, and
Yes.
they're quite good.
And they had one this year already, Sniper Elite Resistance, and now they're having Atomfall, which is a complete departure from those games, from what I understand. Unless there are
Comes out this month too.
comes out. Jeez Louise, March 27th.
Yep.
So break it down. Is it first and foremost, like that in mind? What is it? You said there's some mini open areas, but from a top level, first person post-apocalyptic game.
Yeah, so I think the obvious comparison that a lot of people are drawing is Fallout England. Not quite.
The Fallout. Are you referring to the mod?
No, because that's
big
Fallout
deals.
London.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
guess there is some confusion there, but a lot of people see it post-apocalyptic. It sort of has
Fallout.
It has like iconic British things in it. You know how Fallout has iconic American things in it. So they're like, oh, okay, it's
they
Fallout
have-
Britain.
Is Marmite? Can you?
No, I mean maybe, I don't know. I thought Marmite was like more of an Australian thing.
No, that's Vegemite.
Vegemite. Okay, I don't know. They both suck.
So you're not like doing your rations for Marmite.
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Okay, all right.
But I would say, unlike Fallout, it is not an RPG, which I think a lot of people maybe assumed it would be, given all the comparisons to Fallout that were kind of flying around. But it is more like a survival game. I talked to the creative director. I believe his name is Ben Fisher, and he said they were taking inspiration from things like Metro and Stalker, which is a game that we've been talking a lot about lately. And you can definitely see that while playing it. It feels a lot more survival focused. I mean, even kind of elements of The Last of Us are in there in terms of combat. Like there's crafting system from what I remember. And firefights start and end fairly quickly. You can go down pretty quickly. Enemies go down pretty quickly if you land a headshot. But bullets are scarce. So a lot of times you'll be using melee weapons. And the melee combat feels pretty good. It's not super robust. It's not super complicated. Like something you might see in like Dying Light, Avowed, or even Indiana Jones, I think has more mechanics than what this does. But you can still throw your weapons at them. There's like a nice chunky feel to swinging the axe as it connects with an enemy's head or whatever.
And you can kick.
And you can kick.
You can kick.
I think I'll probably talk about later because I think that was one way that I kind of, what's the word? Not abused the game because that sounds weird, but
Exploited
the game. That sounds much better. I don't know if we want to get to that.
No. But I think I already think it's an interesting comparison that it's not an RPG because I do think that's a hard thing to. It's the nature of games, I think, today when you see like big open world game and you're just like, that's going to be an RPG.
So I will say there is a skill tree though, but it's fairly straightforward. I compared it more to you, I think, earlier. Compared it more to Indiana Jones' skill tree, where it's like not super in depth, but there are definitely skills you unlock that can affect the gameplay.
Enough to tailor a play style that isn't.
Yeah, like there's ones you can lean into that improve your stealth if you want to play stealth. But it didn't seem huge. Like it seemed like at least based on that section. Maybe it expands later. Maybe there's more that come. But what I saw, it looked like there was a reasonable amount of skills that you kind of pick and choose what you wanted.
I read your preview.
Oh, you did?
A part of it.
Yeah.
And you said something that tingled something in me.
Oh, I think I know what this is.
Tingled my atoms. They didn't fall. Not yet. But you said it was a detective game.
Yeah, so that's one thing that kind of, when I was doing the interview and when I was playing it, especially during the interview, that the director kind of hammered home was that the way they've structured objectives and missions in this game, it's not like a Fallout where it is like, here's the point on your map, go here, talk to this person, they're going to give you the objective, go here, kill these enemies, go back, get the reward. Instead, you're picking up clues, and it's more like an investigation. It's more like a detective game is kind of what they were comparing it to. The mission structure is very loose. Like very, very rarely when I played was I like told to go to this specific location. And when I was, it wasn't marked on the map. I had to like pull it up, kind of cross-reference and figure out, okay, they're talking about here, so I should be going here. And then when you're there, you don't always really know what you're looking for. I mean, you know you're looking for clues, you're looking for answers, but there's not like, oh, pick up this note on the desk and that's going to tell you what to do. There might be a note on the desk that will tell you what to do, but you kind of have to put that together. There are ways to mitigate this if you're someone and you're like, that sounds terrible. They have accessibility options that let you adjust. So if you just want the game to tell you exactly where to go, you can do that. But based on what I played, I think that's one of the more interesting things about this.
100%, at least to me.
It feels riskier, you know? It feels like it's kind of trusting the players to figure it out on their own.
I was gonna say I like the post-apocalyptic genre as a whole. Has been rather tried and true and done to like death and back in many different ways and we have so many different variations in games of that. It's no wonder that when you look at something like Atomfall, immediately people are like British Fallout.
Yeah,
like
even
British
like
Fallout.
you see the phone booth, you know, the red phone booths,
Yes.
and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I mean, even Metro and Stalker is an interesting comparison because that is so much more, I don't know, militant and like and dire in ways. Then that has managed to separate itself from that sort of a cliche or genre. What is Atomfall doing? Because it sounds like it's like somewhere. It's interesting that people are seeing it and like immediately jump to the Fallout conclusion, but then all of a sudden it's like no, it's like a Metro Stalker thing. So seems like there's some sort of interesting thing there. How's that working?
Yeah, so actually playing it tonally, it feels very different from something like Fallout.
Okay.
Fallout has that dark humor. Like you're saying, Metro and Stalker feel more like milsim. Milsim post-apocalyptic games. While this kind of seems like it's somewhere in between. Like it has that weird, quirky stuff that you expect from a Fallout game. Like, you know, those telephone booths are just in random places. And I walked up to one and someone called on the other end and there was like a very cryptic message or like dialogue sequence that I had with someone on the other end. And it's clearly setting up some mystery, some narrative payoff down the line, I think. So it has that weird stuff, but it doesn't feel like a, it doesn't feel like it's criticizing or making fun of.
Sure.
Yeah, it's satirizing.
Satirical. It's not satirical.
Satirizing. That's the word.
Satirizing.
I think that's the word.
Sure.
And then on top of that, I think talking to the director as well, they really wanted to take inspiration from 1950s and 60s British pop culture at the time, like speculative fiction. Doctor Who is a big influence.
It doesn't look very Doctor Who. It looks very gritty.
Well, but I don't watch enough Doctor Who to you know confirm or deny that. But that's what he told me, and I was like, cool, that's
sweet,
that makes sense.
Great.
And then like John Wyndham novels and stuff,
cool.
which I haven't read any of those either. But I was like, cool, yeah. But the result makes it feel like
so it's really British.
Yeah, they wanted it.
But you didn't find Marmite.
But I didn't find Marmite.
Maybe
but I didn't look that hard because
I
didn't care.
There's another comparison to this and Stalker that I thought of, and that is that they are both kind of alternate, like reality takes on real life events.
I mean, same with Fallout, kind of, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I guess Fallout's like more. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, the bombs didn't actually drop in that way, but like in the way that Stalker is, you know, like almost an alternate reality of what happened there and all that nonsense and Chernobyl and all that jazz. Where this is, what's the wind? You said there's a wind thing?
It's like the windfall thing. Do you guys know
British people, do you know about that?
The windfall fire? The wind fire? What's it?
Are you talking about
the nuclear thing.
Yeah.
The windfall fires.
We'll have him fill in later.
You're thinking about Grenfell.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have the historians come on later and talk
it's
about
in my preview. I referenced it in the preview. So it was a real event that took place, I think, in northern England, and there was a nuclear disaster. Fires burned through a bunch, and I think people got cancer and stuff from it.
So this is a alternate take on what happened.
This is an alternate universe if that disaster wasn't handled properly. What is it? Wind scale.
There you go.
This is an alternate take if the wind scale disaster wasn't handled properly, and I think like an exclusion zone was kind of formed that became like a post-apocalyptic area of the world where there's factions roaming, there's irradiated
so it's very
monsters.
Grounded. This is an extremely grounded take from what I gather.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, there's still some weird stuff in there.
Okay. How
but,
weird?
I mean, I see
like whimsy weird. Like I know Fallout is like its own brand of like cartoonish sort of.
I don't think it takes it that far, at least based on what I played. But there are some weird stuff. Like you've got like irradiated zombie-like creatures, kind of like feral ghouls from Fallout. One of the factions that I was interacting with the most, believed that the soil was a god, and like they were praying to the soil, and everything. You know, it was like weird stuff like that.
Didn't you say that like weren't you talking to a developer who like had mentioned a specific faction system that they were really inspired by? What one was that?
Fallout New Vegas.
Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. So even though it's not
a Fallout
game, when I talked to the developer, I was like, okay, there's a lot of comparisons with Fallout. Like, how would you say it's different? And he was like, well, I mean, it's hard to get away from those comparisons because in a sense it is. But he said the thing that they kind of looked at the most from Fallout was that New Vegas faction system, because apparently there are multiple factions in this game that you can interact with, and your standing between them can change, and I think that can affect like the trajectory of your quests.
Okay.
Like I said, I only played 90 minutes. I didn't really get to see the full scale of that and what that means. I only saw, I think, 1 or 2 factions, and I was not friendly with either of them.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, combat. We'll wrap it up with combat.
Yeah.
It's a Sniper Elite developer making a game that is
not like Sniper Elite at all.
not like Sniper Elite.
It is a first-person survival crafting game. Like I said, there are firearms, but ammo's pretty limited. I rarely shot enemies. I did a lot of melee combat because, at least in that build, from what I remember, melee weapons don't break. So you can, if you find an axe, you can continue to use the axe for as long as you want. I'm sure you'll find better stuff down the lane. But I found an exploit.
That's the word.
That I got it that time. I found an exploit that I kind of abused, and I included it in my preview. And I'm curious, like, if that's something they'll kind of factor into, balancing it this late in the game. But every single human enemy, all I had to do was kick and then do a heavy swing, and they die. And the AI wasn't super intelligent from what I could tell, so I'd guide them to a narrow area, and I'd just kick bash, and do it over and over and over again. Apparently, there are plenty of difficulty options. Maybe you can crank up the enemy intelligence, and they'll be a little.
It's the radiation. It's
Maybe.
the soil. It's making them just go.
Yeah.
They don't know what real danger is.
Yeah.
It's like an animal with rabies.
But it was very much like, okay, this guy has a blunt weapon, therefore they are going to charge me. This guy has an arrow, therefore or a bow and arrow, therefore they're going to stay back. And like that was kind of it. And I hope the artificial intelligence is better, because I think one of the coolest things, or probably one of the most important things about survival games, is like dealing with human enemies, right? Like that's kind of what makes Last of Us so interesting.
Like Stalker 2 is so good.
And part of it is because that AI is willing to fight as hard as you are in order to survive. And I think when you kind of take that out of the picture, it feels like a video game, I guess.
You don't say.
It feels like I am being, like I'm supposed to
It takes you out
kill,
of it. It
feels like I'm supposed to
grounded
kill
immersive
these
thing,
people,
right.
you know? Like it doesn't feel like they're fighting for their lives and I'm fighting for my life, when I can just wait at the end of a hall and like kick, swing. Actually, do we still have that axe? I can show it to you.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah,
you
we
can
can
show it
get
to me
that
during the
axe.
break.
Yeah.
Combat aside, it's in a preview state, so of course it's not a firm opinion, but the impressions that it's giving you so far are...
I'm excited. I want to play more of it. I'm curious, I think. I really want to play more of it. Kind of like what we talked about before. I really like the structure of the narrative and the story and the quests. It's a world that I want to explore, and I think the tone is interesting, and I like the directions they are taking. I'm a little curious how long that like combat loop will hold up. I don't know how long the game is.
Kick smash.
Yeah, like I don't know how long, but even without that, it seemed like kind of simple, which I think might be okay. But if this is like, a 60-hour game, I think I might get tired of it at that point. But who knows? Like I said, I only played the first 90 minutes. There could be more mechanics that get piled on, more weapons, more interesting enemies that you fight. I mean, one enemy that I did fight was a giant robot that I could not figure out how to kill. It just kept kicking my ass. So finally,
So no kicking, smashing.
I could not do it to the robot. But I couldn't kill it either. Like it had weak points. I just didn't have enough ammo. So instead, I had to use the stealth to kind of get around it and loot the sort of dungeon and pick up some critical information before I left.
Do they ever explain what an Atomfall is?
Not from what I've played.
Okay. Can an atom fall?
If an atom falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, does it fall?
Technically, yes. Falls are expensive. Did you know that? I have a few facts about falling.
Okay, let's hear.
Like to know? Well, atoms do fall, because if you fall, an atom is falling. So technically.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fall.
I guess I didn't think of
Atoms
it that way,
fall.
but that makes sense.
But did you know every year 50 billion is spent on non-fatal falls?
Like
People who fall, and then you have to like pay for the,
like you go to the hospital and
Yeah.
Okay. Well, definitely not in the United Kingdom where they have free healthcare, right? It's
I know.
probably here.
Yeah. How about this one? This is not a laugh track worthy part.
Yeah, you chew up the booing.
$754 million is spent on the result of fatal falls. Actual fatalities. Wah, wah. And before we get out of here to our next segment, every 18 seconds, so probably between the time of me starting this fact and ending it, a person is treated in an emergency room from a fall. All right, with that being said, stick around, because coming up we have Timur, Hussein, and Lucy James, two actual British people who are going to be coming on to go over this year review for games. We'll be right back. Stick around. Hang tight. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to the GameSpot Show. I'm your Hurst. I'm your Hurst, and I'll be driving you right into the grave. I'm your host, Curtin DeVina. Hey! Thanks, kids. Woo! I know, it's a good one. I'm joined here with the two Marmite experts of GameSpot.
Why is it? Because you either hate us or you love us.
Yeah. That's exactly it. I, for one, fall on the side of loving Marmite.
All right.
I love Marmite.
It's all right.
There's a reason why this is now split.
Yeah.
I said it's all right.
Oh, you can't, but you either hate it or love it. That's the whole thing with Marmite.
I love it then. If I have to pick a side.
All right. It's only because you're outnumbered. If you've been sticking around, I appreciate that you're still here and that you're still watching. We just had Jake Dekker talk about Atomfall, but this segment is kind of a different one. This will not happen often on the GameSpot show, but because it's the first episode and we like to spend time here talking about the games of the week, but because this is happening in March, it means there's a number of games we did not get to talk about.
Oh.
We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about them.
Great.
Instead, we're just going to go over what has come.
Okay.
How do you feel about this year in games so far in March?
It's been good, I think. There's been some pretty big games, enjoyable games, and a decent amount of indie games as well that are worth paying attention to. I don't think we've had like a major blockbuster.
We just had
Monster
one.
Hunter.
Monster.
Monster Hunter.
That is quite literally a blockbuster.
I'm talking about like something fresh and new and that kind of thing.
Yeah. What about you?
I think it's been a weird, kind of slower start to the year for me in terms of my personal tastes. I think things really picked up for me when Pirate Yakuza came out. There's a lot I'm still excited for the rest of the year. I've mostly genuinely been playing this year has been demos.
I wonder why. Was there a little thing called Steam Next Fest?
Yeah.
Catching up from Steam Next Fest 6 months ago, man.
Yeah,
Like there's still so
I
many
know.
that I have.
Top two demos.
From this Next Fest,
Yeah.
Dark Detective, Blueprints was last year, but Blueprints, I think the demo is still up. It's great.
Is this seat taken?
Is the Seat Taken?
It is taken. I'm sitting.
Banger.
Piece by Piece is fun. It's a fun little puzzle game. So you use jigsaw pieces to make your levels. The Promise mascot agency from the Paradise Killer team.
Yeah.
What? I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
It's on Next Fest. I was playing it. Yeah, it's great.
I'm a huge Paradise Killer fan.
I didn't realize that
interesting.
the main character in Promise Detective Agency, who is an ex-Yakuza, is voiced by Kiryu's voice actor. Write this down!
I am writing
Write
it
this
down. I've been busy
I know.
playing Demon Dust, which is what we call damn farts.
Why are we encouraging this?
You really caught me off guard.
What do we? What's
This
that?
doesn't even make sense.
A Promise Detective Agency. No, Promise Mascot Agency, sorry. And you know,
Promise mascot?
Mascot Agency.
Mascot.
Yeah, mascot. And the
Ascot,
weird thing that comes around with you is a finger.
You love games where
This
there's
is
a finger.
giant. This is
you
like a
move.
giant finger.
Finger games.
Yeah.
That's why I love hidden object games so much, because usually the cursor's just a finger.
Finger, yeah, that's what I said.
Around.
It's just one of these.
Like an old school kind of RPG.
Or like Seventh Guest.
Yep.
You have a little skeleton hand.
11th hour.
I want a game where the cursor is just a little finger. Just
There are
one
many
single
of those.
finger.
Didn't Pentiment have that? Oh, no, Pentiment had a little hand.
Yeah,
I
it's a little
think.
hand.
Yeah, I want the tip of a finger.
Just the finger.
I want to choose how long the finger is.
Customize your finger.
Customize your
Yeah.
finger. I'm so sick of customizing my character in games and like doing all the RPG shit. Let me just decide whether or not my cursor is like
A finger.
a little joint, 2 joints, 3 joints.
As in like joints? That
You know,
you
you've
spell?
got 2 joints
Oh,
and then a
okay.
knuckle
I thought you meant like joints. No.
joints. Steam Next Fest game.
I said mine. Mine was Is a Seat Taken?
Oh, that's
Probably
the one.
Duck Detective.
Oh, One to Stop was good too.
Oh, yeah. Wonder Stuff's pretty good.
There was a demo for that one. There was a bunch of the
They all got
Annapurna,
different ones.
the Annapurna stuff. There's a bunch of demos I downloaded. So
Well-
I want to play that Wheel World. I hope it's wheelie good.
Wow.
Nothing. Didn't work.
Oh, Jake, come on.
Jake's my guy.
That was my. There we go.
I think you're doing a fart.
Well, one of the same. That's what my farts sound like. You didn't know that?
No, I used to sit next to you. They do not sound like that.
Who knows how many times you fart next to me? Anyways, in this next segment, so I want to go over the games that have come out so far, specifically the ones that we have reviewed
Okay.
in this year. And I have a little game.
Higher or lower?
It's never a little game. It's always a elaborate game.
It's not elaborate.
Is it the price? Is it the Price is Right?
So for those who don't know, Timur Hussein, managing editor, I guess is your official title, something.
Who knows anymore?
But you're also basically the reviews editor, so all the reviews basically go through Timur Hussein. Timur looks at them with a magnifying glass and says, "Good job, no notes."
Bad job.
Yeah. Oh, Kurt and Davina, best review I've ever read. No notes. I know. That's why I haven't done a review this year, because I capped out with how good they are after Frostpunk 2.
He's batting 100%.
But I'm gonna list the games that came out this year that we've reviewed in chronological order. And since you know the reviews so well,
My brain is like a sieve.
I want you to tell me what they were scored.
This is going to be
Okay.
atrocious.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're gonna participate too.
Okay, yeah, I did
But
wonder what my role was.
all
here.
on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I do higher or lower if I think it is higher?
Sure.
Okay, great.
So is Tam gonna say the score?
I'll say
You
the
high.
score I think
You say it
is,
and then I'll follow with what I
you-
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dynasty Warriors Origins.
8.
I would say 8. I think we gave it an 8.
Well.
Or was it a 9? I think because it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good, but
It was
Yeah.
good.
Well, it looks like both of you are wrong.
7?
'Cause it was a 7.
I knew it was a 7. My brain was like, no, it's one lower.
Dynasty Warriors.
Technically, this game came out last year, but we reviewed it this year.
Yeah.
This next one,
Slacking.
Marvel Rivals. What did we give it?
Oh,
9.
8.
Goes to Lucy. Here, you get the keep.
I don't
Yay!
remember anything.
Wait, you didn't get that one right though. Oh, is it just if you get it right?
If you get them right, I'm gonna give you the cards. And then we'll
Oh, I didn't get this
Yeah,
right.
right.
Oh, yeah. God.
I told you, elaborate.
Sniper Elite Resistance.
6.
Yeah, I think it was a 6. It wasn't.
It was a 6.
Finally.
There you go. You know,
Thank you, Richard Wakeling.
you. All right, Civ 7.
9.
7.
8.
Ah!
In the middle.
I knew it wasn't as good as a 9.
So funny. This game is so funny. All right, Kingdom Come Deliverance. What did we give it? Who reviewed it?
Richard Wakeling.
And they gave it.
I was gonna say Richard
Wakeling.
Wakeling. Shout out to
Oh,
Richard
he's
Wakeling.
not-
9.
Yeah, 9.
We gave it a 9.
Yay.
Way to go.
Like that.
Avowed.
I remember what we gave about.
6.
It was a 6.
It was a 6. We got a few more. We have quite a few games. But this is
go.
also good catch up in what.
I was gonna say, it's a good reminder of what came out.
Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. We need like
I know what this is.
Was it a 8?
It was a 7.
It was a 8.
7.
It was a
It
7.
wasn't? Yeah, it was a 7.
Wait, have you gotten anything right yet?
Yeah, I got. Well, that's the thing. I got a couple of right at the same time, but
Yeah.
I'm like
that's
I'm like the supplementary.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
like.
Cabernet.
9.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
I didn't even let you answer.
You
I'm
didn't
so
even let me
sorry.
answer, but that's fine.
That was a Jordan Ramey joint.
Yeah.
Now for the not big blockbuster, but big blockbuster. Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm trying to stop myself from burping.
8.
Yeah. I think it was an 8.
It was an 8.
Yeah.
It was an 8. We gave Monster Hunter Wilds an 8. It's a game that people have been playing a lot of.
And many people are playing it.
Yeah, Max Blumenthal behind the camera. You should come here.
Everyone get
hi.
the mod for it that turns the lens distortion off.
Yeah. There's Max. I don't know if you can see Max.
Max, are you playing without the lens distortion?
Which one? Lens
Playing on
distortion.
PC? No. If you're on PC, get the lens distortion removal mod. Makes it look better. Can I get a clap for a good tip?
No. For a tip, you need like a.
Alfred, this is everyone screaming in pain at looking at the.
That's everyone playing. That doesn't have the mod.
This is those AI. You wake up with the bubonic plague sound effect.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happens. Alien Rogue Incursion.
We reviewed that?
Yeah, we did.
Damn, what am I commissioning?
I didn't even know that. I didn't know we were.
I can't even remember commissioning that. Oh no, it was Mark Delaney, wasn't it? I think it was Mark Delaney. Did he give it a 5?
6.
5.
Oh yes.
Lost Records. Review in progress, I must say.
Oh, I know what this is.
But I mean,
8.
9.
9. 9 it is.
I really want to play that.
All right, you may not get this one right. This is going to be a really hard one. It's the last one.
Split Fiction 10.
Split Fiction.
10 out of 10, baby.
10 out of 10. All right. Hold
That
on.
means it's an essential play, not a perfect game.
I got a couple more, actually.
How many? You have so.
What have you been doing all day?
Okay, what's going on? What you got?
What did Kurt and Davina get this year?
Oh, your
His
review?
rating?
What you get?
What did I get?
I can tell you, I'm your manager, but I was your
number
manager. Well, you get
Was.
that out of 5. I was your manager. Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 5.
We'll not play this game. I feel like HR's watching. What the hell is this?
all right, out of 10.
Oh, out of 10?
Yeah, what did I get?
My personal review of you.
I'll give you a solid 8.
I think you're a 9.
The fuck? I got a 10.
Well, who gave you that?
Who gave
Fine, what did Lucy James get? 1 out of
4.
10.
you? Out of 10?
Yeah.
It was solid, like 7.
I've been told that all my life.
Unnecessary self-owns are just everywhere today.
Well,
I don't know.
you got a 9.
Thanks, man.
Oh, you got 9? Good. Good.
That puts the average score for everything we have in front of us at 7.53846. Give it up for the games of the year so far.
Reads like a GameSpot 7.53846.
All right, now for our very last segment. We're going to go to GameSpot's Power Ranking Power Block board or something
Power ranking power board.
with Jake Dekker.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Tell us what we're doing.
So, throughout this series, we're going to have this board here. And when a game comes out, we are going to use our panelists to rank that game along this board. Now, the thing is when we add a new game, you can decide where you want it to go. So this is not based on GameSpot scores.
Okay.
This is based on how you're feeling.
It's based on vibes.
Based on vibes. If you haven't played the game, good. Make it messy.
Okay.
So, right now, I've got all the games that Kurt mentioned, except for a couple that
Okay.
were like Marvel Rivals, since technically came out last year. And I'm going to place the first one up here, and then I'm going to ask you guys if you think the next game should go
Higher or
above
lower.
or below it.
Yeah.
And ideally, by the end of the year, we're going to have the most chaotic list
Beautiful.
of
How much does that cost?
this
Nothing.
or this. Or
That
I don't know. We got it for some other shoot.
Do you get
Oh,
from
nice,
Home,
perfect.
from Home Depot? Because like I want something similar.
just need to update the budget.
Do you want something similar? Because we have one out there. Anyway.
Oh, no joke. I might take that back.
They came from the Star Players.
Hey, that's my show.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Sorry.
Dynasty Warriors is the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Sniper Elite Resistance.
Lower.
Better or
Low.
worse?
Lower.
Low?
Higher.
Higher.
I played Sniper Elite Resistance.
But who gets if two? What's like the deciding
I'm
factor?
not going to be a part of it.
Yeah,
Lower,
okay.
make it lower.
Lower.
Lower? That's 2 lowers in one.
You can be the tiebreaker if there is one.
Okay.
Eternal Strands.
Oh,
Lower.
I didn't play.
Lower than.
Oh, I would have said higher.
Where does this fall?
Below, I would say below Dynasty Warriors.
Hold on, Jean-Luc. Can you talk back there? Jean-Luc played it. Hey, yeah, what's up?
Higher or lower, Eternal Strands?
I played it. I'm saying
I didn't play those other two, so higher.
that's crazy.
In between, below?
In between. Let's say in
Put it
between.
Yeah, that's
Put it
why I
in
said
between.
below Dynasty Warriors,
Okay,
but
but above
above.
Sniper Elite.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a decent game.
Sid Meier's Civ 7. My phone. Sid Meier's Civ 7.
I would. Yeah, go on.
I didn't play it.
Oh, I played it.
I don't like the sound of the fact that it changes the civilizations between ages. I don't like that. If I want to play Rome, I want to play Rome all the way. So I would say lower than Eternal Strands, but maybe above Sniper Elite.
Damn. Poor Sniper Elite.
Wait, what's Tam thinking?
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah.
So?
That's the thing. I hear the rest of it's good. I haven't
Yeah, it's
played
great.
it.
It's
I hear
good.
the rest of
It's
it's good. It's just I would if I'm playing as Caesar or.
You want some dressing?
You want to get to the point where he invents the salad.
Boo? Can we get a boo?
Oh, nice. I'll take
All
that.
right. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I'll higher.
Lower.
Hi. Ooh.
I think it belongs
I think it's at the top.
Yeah.
But that's the only game I've played so far. So.
Current game up top. Yeah.
Avowed.
I would put that underneath. I'll put that underneath Kingdom Come.
I liked the exploration and the combat, but I don't dig everything else.
I agree with Lucy.
Yeah. Actually,
Lower? We can adjust. It's not set in stone.
I would make an argument for it to go above Dynasty Warriors.
yeah, you would make it
Yeah.
above Dynasty Warriors?
It is above Dynasty. I think it's good there.
Okay,
I think it's good there.
that's fine. I enjoyed playing Dynasty Warriors more.
But that's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
we've had that.
we've had that.
We're locking it in.
Yeah.
It's locked in.
That-
Pirate Yakuza in
Number
Hawaii,
one.
like
That's
a
the
dragon,
entire
whatever.
thing. Like
Number one.
I would say above Avowed.
Above Avowed, easy.
Yeah, underneath Kingdom Come.
For
Wait,
that-
is this a subjective thing or an objective thing?
Subjective.
Very
Okay, can I put Pirate Yakuza at the top then?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
you're
no.
both in agreement?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
There's a song and dance segment. at the
Kingdom
opening.
Come is great, but also it's fucking stuffy as hell. You know, it's just, I don't need to be doing most of
Monster Hunter Wilds.
it. Ooh,
I haven't played it yet.
ooh.
Max is putting like 400.
Max
I'm
is
with
top.
Max. I think it's.
I mean,
Wait.
That one's at the top.
Yeah, I would put that number one.
All right.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
We're almost there. Cabernet.
Sauvignon?
I would say that would go underneath Kingdom Come.
Like there?
Yeah, that's good. People should play Cabernet. It's interesting.
I'm curious if we should cut this for now since it's a review.
It's a two-part.
I
Yeah,
haven't
it's not
played it
full.
yet.
Let's save it for next
Put it
time.
on the. I was going to say the other side of the board.
Nope.
We're gonna fill
Okay,
that.
well.
Doesn't count.
Split Fiction.
Oh,
Oh, it's good. It's
Let's
good,
go
man.
at the top.
Top.
Yeah,
all the way to the top.
all the way at the top.
There it is. So now, as we review more games,
They'll go in.
more games come out. We'll slot it in here. Whoever's on the panel gets to decide where it goes. So it's going to be a mess by the end of the year.
When it's all done, can I come in and give it like a one final once over?
You can't move anything, but
No,
you
I can't
look
move
at
anything,
it.
but I can give a judgment on it.
Yeah.
I think we should.
You get
I
the
think at the
time.
end.
I feel like I
time
should get
review
one
of the
veto
review.
at the end
I think
to
at the
come
end of
in.
the year we should have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as many people as we can get to observe whatever this is going to be.
I feel like I should get one veto as the reviews editor to be like, this is going to get us in trouble if we leave this here. We have to put it here.
Is that how that works?
What, GTA 6?
Yeah, if GTA 6 comes out and everyone's like, put it at the bottom, I should be able to go, listen, everyone.
Let's at least put it second to bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. See. All right, folks. That's been it. That's been the show. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the very first actual GameSpot show. Yeah,
Yeah,
we made
it's
it.
good.
Thanks,
We did.
Ted.
Can we get some claps already? What the hell? What's that
Don't
soundboard
do
for?
claps. Don't.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Yeah! Now we're talking. All right, folks, stick around because something's going to be happening after this. I think maybe not. I don't know.
I think it's us playing Split Fiction.
Yeah, it's us playing Spirit Fiction.
No, isn't Split Fiction? When does that happen?
When is that going to
John
start?
Luke?
Wait, did that already happen?
No, next week.
No. They're gonna play more.
Oh, then next week. Yeah.
This is an ongoing thing, mate.
These
Yeah,
two.
mate. We didn't finish it
I'm
in
not
one
paying
sitting.
attention. I'm very focused on making sure this show gets out the door.
And you did great.
Thank you so much.
That's
Solid
why
8 out of
Kurt
10.
Indovina gets a 10 out of 10.
8.
I'm your host, Kurt Davina. This is Lucy James. That was Timur Hussein. We had Jake Dekker on. We also had Max Blumenthal behind the camera. We had Jean-Luc Seipke controlling and playing sounds. We also had a Jam doing something somewhere in the corner.
Ben was
somewhere.
popping off back there.
I know. Anyways, you're watching The Power Block. See you, folks. See you next time.